have one bill in, but there are numerous approaches out there. If you had to design a tax credit or a jobs credit, what would be the key parts? For example, would we target firms of a particular size or age? Would you include everyone? Would you target it?
Well, so our analysis is focused on a single criterion, which is the cost effectiveness in terms of number of full-time equivalent jobs for dollar budget cost. Other criteria can well matter, and we've said this a number of times in our analysis of stimulus policies. But from that sole criterion of the cost effectiveness, our judgment is that restricting the tax credit to smaller firms, as is sometimes discussed, actually reduces its cost effectiveness. It's jobs created at big firms are good jobs too. And in fact, because small businesses tend to be more volatile, they tend to have rapid job growth, or then sometimes when things don't work out, unfortunately large job declines. What that means is that any jobs that you are creating through the policy may be shorter lived than jobs that are created at more stable large firms.
Yeah.
And
so our proposal covered all firms. And one way firms can game the credit is to both hire and fire workers. And our bill only allows a credit for existing firms that increase head counts or payroll. But Professor Blinder in his article points out firms that slashed employment during the recession will not be eligible for the tax credit. And is there some way to reward these firms without allowing others to game the credit?
I think that's very difficult. I mean, again, in our analysis, only rewarding firms that increase payroll is more cost effective than rewarding others. But there is, as I mentioned earlier, consequence that firms that have kept their payrolls up, sometimes struggling to do that, don't get rewarded then.
Yeah.
I think the choice that you have is to broaden, if you would like, to broaden the scope of the credit to include not just those that increase, but also others. That does whittle away the cost effectiveness to some extent, but may provide other benefits that are important. So it's not a either-or thing. I think you could give a larger credit to firms that increase payroll and a smaller credit to firms that to all other firms if you wanted to find some balance between those alternatives.